name is Dominic Morgan and I'm the Director of Operations for Inspiral Health. Today we're going to talk about integrated crisis management. What is it? Well, let's start with a crisis. What is a crisis? A crisis is an event or a series of events that has the ability to overwhelm your organisational structures, your organisational capacity and your response. Or by its very nature, it has the ability to deplete your organisational structures, your organisational capacity and your response. Events such as sudden impact disasters and pandemics will achieve both at the same time. If you think of a pandemic, some of your staff will become infected by themselves and they will then be lost as a resource, and that will affect your organisational structures, your overall capacity and therefore your response. So how do we deal with a crisis? Well, actually, integrated crisis management is really simple, and it has to be really simple. And the reason for that is that a crisis affecting any type of organisation is likely to be affecting quite a complex environment. A crisis can affect any size of organisation. It can affect you, your family, your team, your wider team that you work with, your healthcare system, your country, or in this case globally, as in the current pandemic. So because it's a complex environment, we can't apply a complicated solution to a complex environment. The reason for that is really simple. Is that if you have a complex environment and you apply a complicated solution, you will often end up with unachievable. Therefore, if something's not working, if you can have a look at it and think, why are we not achieving this? What you should do is recognise that it's likely that you've got a very complex environment and a complicated solution. And the two is the reason why it's unachievable. So how does that work in integrated crisis management? Well, integrated crisis management is one simple concept. It's the concept of dealing with what you have in the now. Let me give you an example. So if you were to walk into your kitchen tonight and decided I'm going to make myself a pizza, because that's what you wanted to do, but as you got in your kitchen, you discovered that actually you haven't got any flour. For whatever reason, it's not there. The flour wasn't brought, or perhaps there's bugs in it and you can't use that flour anymore. At that point, you're required to apply integrated crisis management thinking. So how would we do that? Well, first of all, you have to question the question. Was your objective actually to make a pizza? Often, if you think about it, it isn't. Your objective is actually to get some nourishment, just get something to eat. Under those circumstances, now you've re-questioned what your actual aim is, you now have to look at what's actually available to you. And they have to be available to you in the now. Those resources have to be able to be available wherever you need them, but they have to be available now. In major incident management, you can't rely on something that's not at the scene. You could get resources to the scene quite quickly, but if you can't get them to the scene quite quickly, there's no room for them in your integrated crisis management thinking, because you have to deal with what you have. So what do? Well, just like your pizza, we look at what's available to us in the now, and then we repurpose and we redefine. We redefine our aim and we repurpose our resources to meet that aim in the now. And it's fundamental that you understand that this is real time, because a crisis can only be dealt with in a real time. You have to match the crisis event pace. Therefore, in a pandemic, there's no point in planning for something in 2 or 3 weeks' time, because it's actually impacting you right now, and every moment that you waste, the crisis will get worse. To be able to apply integrated crisis management allows you to address all of those aspects in the now in one simple way. In effect, not making a pizza, but getting yourself something to eat. And that is really what integrated crisis management is.